Today we're test driving the all-new Chevrolet Spark, and we're going to do a fuel economy test to see how well it performs. As you can see right now, I have a full tank of fuel, and on this full tank, my fuel range is estimated to be 440 kilometers before I run completely out of fuel. You'll also notice I have both my trip meters currently on the screen, and they both read 0. We're going to be driving this over the week and see how many kilometers we complete, and after that we'll head to the gas station to see how much it costs to fill up, so stay tuned. Now let's do a highway fuel economy test to see what the lowest fuel economy we can achieve in the Chevrolet Spark is. You'll notice I've just reset my average fuel economy and it currently read 0. We're going to be doing this test over several kilometers, and at the end we'll see what our lowest fuel economy was. So let's get this test started. The reason we do this test over several kilometers is to average out our uphills and downhills as we drive. If we only did this test for 2 or 3 kilometers, then a lot of those kilometers could either be uphill or downhill. So by doing it over a long distance, we're able to average out those uphills and downhills as we drive, like I mentioned. But this concludes our test, and you'll notice that the lowest fuel economy we've achieved on average is 5.1 liters per 100 kilometers. We just spent the week testing the Chevrolet Spark, and we have some numbers here we'd like to share with you. As you can see, I have completely no fuel at all, and currently my fuel indicator says fuel level low. You'll also notice that currently I've driven a total of 480.5 kilometers, and my remaining fuel range will probably say low. It doesn't give the exact number, but it just says low. As you just saw, my average fuel economy that I've achieved is 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers. My driving conditions have been pretty basic. I haven't had the air conditioning or the heating on at all, but I have had the sound system on the whole time. Also worth mentioning is I did around 60% of my driving in the city and 40% on the highway, just to give you an idea of how I got the numbers that I did. You'll notice we're at the fuel station right now, and we're going to fill it back up, and based on that we'll do some calculations to get a better idea of how much you can actually expect to spend on a full tank of fuel, as well as your actual fuel economy based on my driving. As you just saw, we spent $39.77 to fill up 32.35 liters of fuel at a fuel cost of $1.229 per liter. As you just saw, we spent $39.77 to fill up 32.3 liters of fuel at a fuel cost of $1.229 per liter. Also worth noting is the Spark's fuel capacity is 34 liters or 9 gallons. What we'll do now is we'll calculate our kilometers per liter number to get an idea of how many kilometers you can travel on every liter of fuel. To do that, we'll take the 480.5 kilometers that we've driven so far and divide it by the 32.3 liters of fuel that we filled up. So 480.5 kilometers divided by 32.3 liters gives us 14.8 kilometers per liter, or 34.8 miles per gallon. Now let's calculate our actual fuel range based on my driving. In order to do that, we'll take the 14.8 kilometers per liter number that we achieved and multiply it by 34 liters, which is the fuel tank capacity. So 14.8 kilometers per liter multiplied by 34 liters gives us 503 kilometers, or 312 miles. Now let's calculate our cost per kilometer, and we'll do that by taking the $39.77 that we filled up for and dividing it by the 480.5 kilometers that we drove. So $39.77 divided by 480.5 kilometers gives us 0.08. That means every kilometer in the Spark costs us 8 cents Canadian. And finally, let's calculate the cost of a full tank of fuel. First, let's do for Toronto, Canada, where the fuel price is $1.229 per liter. So $1.229 per liter multiplied by the fuel tank capacity, which is 34 liters, gives us $41.78 Canadian. That means a full tank of fuel, if you were to fill up in Toronto, Canada, would cost you $41.78. Now let's cross the border into Detroit, USA, where the fuel price is $2.30 per gallon. So $2.30 per gallon multiplied by the fuel tank capacity, which is 9 gallons, gives us $20.70 US. That means a full tank of fuel, if you were to fill up in Detroit, USA, would cost you $20.70. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our channel for other great fuel economy reviews. Also, you can watch our review on other subcompact hatchbacks such as the Nissan Micra as well as the Kia Rio on our channel.